It's Tim, Pickup Truck Plus SUV Talk. Got some breaking news for you right now, which is why I'm going live with my earbuds. I'm in Detroit, just landed. I have an event here with Ram tomorrow, but that's not the news I was here for. No, I got in my hotel room, checked Facebook real fast, and boom, here's what I see. I see Ram CEO Chris Well is going to move on, and Tim Kuniskis is coming back as the Ram CEO. Now, there's a guy in the chat on YouTube called TK Garage. I've listened to him. It's interesting. He had some conversations about phone calls back and forth between the interim CEO, who's on the board chair, John something or other, talking with Tim Kuniskis. So if you remember Tim Kuniskis, and I'm going to zoom down to this Stell Power video. This is Stell Power, written by my friends Patrick Wall and David Zatz, and they show a picture of Tim Kuniskis. You remember him as the Brotherhood of Muscle. He's the dude that created the Hellcats. He had the Chargers and Challenger Hellcats. He did the Hellcat and Jeep Wrangler. I mean, there was a big joke back then was Stellantis or FCA at that time was going to do everything, including the minivan, as a Hellcat. TRX, yep, that guy. So it's interesting conversations going on right now about this big change. I can't, I don't know if I can state this in a more clear way. This is a big effing deal. This is huge. The Ram has been, I wouldn't say lost, but sales have been down. They made some changes. They made some stuff happen. Carlos kind of kicked things around, changed the plants up, and Tim basically retired in the middle of all this chaos because people couldn't get along with, you guessed it, Carlos Torres. And the reason he got fired was because, well, he didn't get along with anybody. So Tim Kuniskis is back. It just came out today. It's been rumored for a while now. The NBC has also run a story. It has been, the announcement was noted that Ram was important enough to need a single leader with no other jobs. That's the announcement. It was confirmed to Stell Power that it is going to happen, that this is a done deal. He is back in charge of the brand. I want to say the company confirmed the move to Stell Power today. So they confirmed that news sometime. Again, I was on a plane. Sorry, I didn't put this on the website. But Christine Fuel, who I've talked to, great person, fantastic person. She's been running Ram and Chrysler, now lead Chrysler and Alfa Romeo in North America. I think that's a great fit. She is a truck girl through and through, but I think it's a good fit for Chrysler and Alfa Romeo. And when you have a personality like Tim Kuniskis, you got to find a home for him. And bringing him back, I think, is a huge win for the brand. Now, the gentleman in charge of Alfa in North America, Larry Dominique, he is out. He's going to leave the company. And Jeff Cromar will now lead North American sales. So they've made some changes immediately to rectify the situation happening at Ram. And again, I can't state this in bigger terms that this is huge. That's why you're seeing me go live on YouTube with whatever camera gear I have and my earbuds, because you guys need to know information immediately. So if you were on the fence about a Hurricane engine, concerned about it, this may be news you've been waiting for. This may be news that you want. This is a very interesting case situation. So now, globally, they need the Hurricane engine, right? We've talked about this, talked about the engineer on this behind it. Globally, they need the engine to meet emissions. So now you're going to have a really interesting case where you can have, what are you going to do here? You have the Pentastar V6, which seems like it has a home. I actually just picked up a Jeep Wrangler yesterday, and or actually, this not Wrangler yesterday. Jesus, my head's going. I picked up a Jeep Gladiator today, and it has the Pentastar. So the Pentastar's gonna stick around, but now you have this Hurricane. You spent all these millions of dollars in developing this Hurricane for years. I don't see Ram going V8 right away, although the Hemi is still there, right? It's never gone anywhere. You have to call suppliers, get the supply chain going again. That can take a couple years. So I don't think things going to change tomorrow, and I'm not sure how things can change in the future. I do think there's going to be opportunity to bring a TRX back as a more alpha off-road truck than the RHO. Sell it in limited numbers. So what happens there is you artificially decrease the number that you're going to available at that truck. That way you can meet emissions goals. So they could have the Hurricane engine, which is going to be ready to be hybrid anyways. You can create a hybrid version of that engine, sell that, sell the V6, and sell what I would consider a supercharged V8. I don't know that you can be, depending how the system works with the numbers and your corporate fuel economy and what happens new administration takes it over next month and the White House. There may be some changes there that allows them to do it in a global level. I'm not seeing that, but I do think they can sell the TRX again if they can sell it at a higher price point and limited numbers. The same thing happened for Raptor and Raptor R. That's how Ford got around it. Was they offered a hybrid version of the truck. They also offered the Raptor R at a really, really high price point, and they limit the number of quantities for that available so that it can still meet their EPA numbers. But this is also a big, big deal, not only for Ram trucks, but also, he's going to fuse some feathered muscle back in Dodge a little bit. So I can see Dodge making some interesting moves as far as the muscle car. They're doing the Dodge Daytona right now, with just Dodge Charger Daytona. I gotta get the name right. I can see that happening. So once you get this engine back into play, understand new emissions rules. It's going to take a while to get all sorted out, and understand what you can do with that. I think you could have a really good business plan moving forward. But again, this is huge news. Now, again, I give some shout outs here to TK's Garage. I'm watching him. Interesting, and I believe he's a retired veteran. So thank you for your service. So I think that this is going to be sending shockwaves to the industry, because if you remember back in 2019 when the Ram 1500 came out, it blew the doors of competition. It was first to market. It was GM had their truck as well. They both launched in January of the Detroit Auto Show. The next month, Ram was on the lots. That's shocking. It never happens. Usually auto show 6 to 8 months later. So brought it out first. They had the cool interiors. They had the cool looks. They had the Hemi. Yes, the Hemi has been well discussed. Hemi ticks, also really good reliability, back and forth. They also went to ZF transmissions, which is a big, big deal to increase the reliability of the transmission. That took that brand, Ram, way down the bottom, all the charts you've ever seen, some reports, JD Power, all the index reports and quality, and raised it all the way back up. So now he comes back. He's got a new truck. This has been mildly refreshed, right? 2025. He's got a new powertrain. He can decide to keep it or not keep it. And then he can take this where the Ram's at quality and if he can keep it there and add that supercharged V8 on top, that TRX people have wanted for a while, you might have quite a thing going on. Somebody talked about Jim Morrison coming back at Jeep. I've heard some discussions about that. I've also heard through the grapevine Jim's been shopping around for a job. Jim retired. Tim retired. Guys, they're not done yet. Tim's 57. He's 10 years older than I am. I wouldn't be dead at 57. I still want to do work. I still want to create something. I still want to do something. I play a lot of golf as it is. These guys are bored. Trust me. They got gasoline in their veins. They want to get back in the business. So could be something. But this is huge news. Again, I just want to go live right away and show you guys. And this is my source, Stel Power. That guy, I actually was at the New York Auto Show when he unveiled that. This last time I was at the auto show. And this guy is just cool as hell. I am still going to get my RHO. I'm still going to get my RHO. Why? Because things don't happen tomorrow, right? December 9th. I'm hoping to get it by the end of the month. I do have a backup plan, by the way, if I don't get a chance to buy the RHO for taxes this year. But I will be buying a Ram truck. And then maybe if the TRX comes back and something else changes, maybe I'll buy another one. What the hell? Go all in, buy a couple of them. I want to buy a couple Chevys, buy a couple Fords, buy whatever. Just buy a bunch of stuff. So big news on that. I have a year-end recap coming up here in the next couple of weeks on that deal. So I'm actually going to see Ram tomorrow. I doubt he'll be there, but it'd be pretty cool if he was. I'm just saying. And I'm really glad I forked out the money and flew to Michigan, because this is going to be a really exciting week. I have 2 meetings with Ram on Tuesday and Wednesday for a couple things, and it's going to be interesting what happens. And yeah, the RHO should have been 6.4. I think what's great when they announced that RHO was Ram said, we are not killing the TRX. It's not dead. RHO is not a replacement. So they still keep that name out there, which is great. If they came out to RHO and call it TRX, I think it'd be a big issue. But right now they kept it as RHO and TRX, and so they still have the TRX name there, so they can still do something. Yeah. So yeah, it's really, really exciting stuff, and you can tell I'm pretty fired up about it, because I love when people get really enthusiastic with product. Chris Fuel was very enthusiastic, no doubt about it. But I just think Tim Kuniskis is a really good leader. And he did a lot for the brand before him and Tavares probably got in a fight in the hallway and retired. And I think they can really bring that brand back and do a lot more for North America. If you look at the top sales market for the Ram brand, they're trying to go globally. I believe Bob Hegbloom is in charge of the global movement, which I've known Bob for a couple years now. And if Tim comes back, it's going to be a lot more focused North America specifically. And it should be interesting to see how it all plays out with emissions rules like that. I'm not going to make a 30-minute live stream on this. I'm going to end this live stream right now, and I'm just glad I have enough internet power on the Wi-Fi from the hotel. Go Sheridan. So, and I gotta get to dinner. I have a dinner going on in about an hour. I need to head down there, but put your comments down below. Whew, this could be a big deal. It could be damaged too late. You could see the Ram rev a little bit faster. You can see Ram charger. Maybe that gets pushed back. Maybe that changes. I mean, right now, Slantis and FCA, whatever you want to call these guys, Chrysler, what I call them, is way up in the air. And bringing back old leaders, I think is a solid plan. So that's what I have for you right now. Like I said, I'm at dinner. Put the news down below. I'm pretty fired up. You should be fired up too. You can be fired up, watch more videos on the channel as well. See what I did there? Yeah, you did. Check it out over here. As always, thanks for watching. I will see you down the road.